welcome to Namaste, Thunder Bay. My name's Kelly Rooney and I'll guide you for a 25-minute practice where today we're going to really focus on using yoga to build energy and heat in the body. Some people might call it shred yoga, cardio yoga, or yoga for weight loss. This is just about taking your yoga practice and allowing it to be physical movement. We still want all of the principles of yoga coming into our practice, being connected to the breath, allowing ourselves to notice what's happening within ourselves, both physically and mentally. It is a practice where we are being gentle and kind with ourselves, even when we are moving in a challenging physical way. So let's start by drawing the hands together at heart center, allowing the thumbs to connect with the breastbone and tapping into that energy at the heart. Feel your heartbeat through your thumbs. Set an intention for your time on the mat. Notice how your breath is coming and going. And maybe when you close your eyes, you begin to notice the sounds around you and the sensations in your body and the feeling of the breath coming and going through your nose. And then we'll begin to move the body with a little gentle warm-up to begin. Interlace your fingers together. Press your palms away from you. Round through your back and look down to your belly button. You can be doing this on your knees or in a seated position. Inhale and draw your hands up overhead. Look up to your hands. Exhale to release your fingers down to your sides and sweep them in behind your back, clasping your hands together. Draw the shoulder blades together. Let the chest come forward. Press your fists away. And exhale, let your heart come forward, lowering your forehead down toward the ground. Maybe the arms lift up off the back. Inhale, rising your torso up, release your fingers, sweep your arms overhead, press your palms together. And exhale, lower your hands down to heart center. Interlace your fingers together, press your palms away, round your back and look down to your belly button. Feel the stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale, rise the hands up overhead, lengthening through the sides of the body. Maybe the gaze goes up toward the sky. Release the fingers, let them float down to your sides, sweep them in behind your back, clasping your hands together. Draw your shoulder blades together, let the chest come forward, and exhale, lower your heart down toward the ground. Forehead reaches for the ground as the arms might lift up off the back. Inhale, rising up, release your fingers, sweep your arms overhead, press your palms together, and exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to move up onto the hands and the knees, planting your hands down underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Allow for cat-cow breath. Sink the belly down, bring the chest forward and the head up. Exhale as you round the back and look down to your belly button. Inhale, sink the belly down. Exhale, round your back and look to the belly button. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. One more breath. Coming to a neutral back, allow your left foot to go off the side of your mat and draw your right leg long so that the whole right side of your body opens up toward the sky. Take your right hand up into the air And then you can flex the right foot, rise it up in line with your hip, keeping your gazing point straight ahead or up toward the sky if you want to challenge your balance. Noticing your breath. Lowering down to hands and knees. Preparing for the other side, we're going to let the right foot come off the mat out to the side. Draw the left leg long. Whole left side of your body is open toward the sky. Draw the left hand up into the air. Flex the left foot, rise it up in line with your hip. Breathing and smiling, loving every minute of it. Lowering your hands and knees down to the mat, curling the toes under, plug them into the mat, lifting the hips up and back for downward dog. Notice in your downward dog, you want your hands spread open nice and wide, fingertips clawing the mat. Tailbone lifts up high toward the sky, heels lower down toward the ground, heart sinking down toward the ground. If you have tight hamstrings and you feel like you're pushing forward through the shoulders, put a little bend in the knees, draw the hips up and back, and lower one heel down at a time, loosening up the hamstrings to find your downward dog. And then we're going to use a little bit of movement here, flowing through your movement. Inhale to wave forward from the heels to the shoulders, coming into plank pose. Lowering your knees down toward the mat, and then pushing your hips up and back for down dog. Inhale, wave forward. Lowering knees down until they almost touch. Draw the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, wave forward. Lower the knees down, rise back up to down dog. You can hop or walk your feet toward your hands. Stay in your forward fold, Uttanasana, allowing a gentle bend in the knees. Maybe the belly connects with the thighs. You might drape your hands down toward the ground, letting go of the tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. You can hold on to the elbows and use a little bit of weight drawing forward from the waist. You might sway from side to side, loosen up the back. Relax the hamstrings, the glutes, and even the calves. Hands drop down toward the ground, ragdoll. Push the feet into the mat, rising up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last to come up, feeling the alignment of the spine, and externally rotate the arms. Draw the hands up overhead, press the palms together, and sink the hands to heart center. We're going to move through many variations of Sun Salutations, so start with the hands at heart center and take a breath. Inhale and draw your hands up overhead, coming into a gentle back bend. Exhale, folding forward from the waist, bring the hands down in front of the body. Releasing your fingertips down to the mat, or your shins will inhale and rise halfway up to a flat back. Feel the length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Putting a bend in the knees, plant your hands down and step your left foot to the back of the mat. And then the right foot back into downward dog. Inhale as you wave forward into your plank pose, knowing that you can lower your knees down if you need to. We're going to slowly lower down to the mat through Chaturanga. Tops of the feet press into the mat as you inhale and rise your chest up, shoulders away from the ears, elbows drawing in, and pushing up and back to down dog. Take a full breath in down dog. Remember, tailbone is rising up, heart is sinking down. Inhale your right foot up into the air, three-legged dog. Bring it forward, plant it close to your hands. Step your left foot next to your right. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rising up, sweep your arms overhead, press your palms together, gentle back bend. And exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a full breath. And inhale, draw the hands up overhead, come into a back bend. Exhale, fold forward from the waist into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, put a bend in the knees, plant your hands down and step your right foot back. And then your left foot back into downward dog. Wave forward from your heels to your shoulders into plank pose. Lower the knees down if you need to. We're gonna slowly lower down with control. Tops of the feet press into the mat and inhale to rise up to cobra. And exhale to lift up and back to down dog. Take a full breath here. Inhale your left foot into the air, three-legged dog. Bring it forward, plant it close to your hands. Step your right foot next to your left. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising up, sweep your arms overhead, press your palms together. And exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a full breath. Then we're going to go into another variation. You can start with your arms along the sides of your body. We're going to sweep the hips back into an imaginary chair that's slightly too far away. And the arms reach up, shoulder blades are still down the back, chest is open. Take a deep breath in. Straightening your legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, planting your hands down, step or hop your feet back to plank. Lower your knees down if you need to. Slowly lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale as you lift up and back to down dog. From down dog, inhale the left foot up into the air, three-legged dog. Bring the left foot forward, plant it in between your hands. You can step it forward, shuffle it forward if you need to. We're gonna let the right heel come down on a slight angle, toes pointing out, heel pointing in, drawing your torso up, sweep your arms overhead, nice deep bend in the left knee, warrior one. Deep breath in. On the exhale, bring the hands down on either side of the front foot, shift the left foot to the back of the mat, and lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale, lifting up and back to down dog. You can hop or walk your feet toward your hands. And inhale, halfway up. Exhale to fold forward. Putting a bend in the knees, draw the hips back into the imaginary chair that's slightly too far away. Arms come up, stretching into chair pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, coming down to plank pose and lowering down to the mat through Chaturanga. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale, lifting up and back to down dog. Inhale your right foot up into the air, three-legged dog. Bring the right foot forward, plant it close to your hands. Letting your left heel come down on a slight angle, your hips are squared forward, nice deep bend in the right knee. Draw the torso up, arms sweep up overhead. Biceps are by the ears. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lowering the hands down on either side of the front foot. Shift the right foot to the back of the mat and lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale up for Cobra. Exhale, lifting up and back to Down Dog. Hop or walk your feet toward your hands and inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sinking your hips back into the imaginary chair and rising your arms up overhead. And then straightening your legs as you bring the hands together. Press the thumbs to the breastbone, taking a full breath. Releasing your hands down to your sides, externally rotate the arms. We're going to check in with Tadasana. Tadasana means mountain. You want to feel strong and stable, grounded. Feel the connection between your feet and the ground. You might even pick up your toes and spread them out and let them reconnect with the mat, sinking the feet into the mat. Noticing that all four corners of the feet are connected. The inside of the heel, the outside of the heel, the pad of the big toe, the ball of near the big toe, and your pinky toe. All four corners equally engaged with the mat. Externally rotate your arms and draw the shoulder blades down the back. Find a gazing point, something off in the distance that won't move. We call that your drishti. Using your gazing point, your drishti, put all of the weight into your left leg and rise the right knee up. Finding your balance. And then you might draw your hands forward, creating a counterbalance as you shift the right toes to the back of the mat. Just touching the toes down, keeping a nice deep bend in the left knee, drawing the arms up overhead. We're going to use the twist in the body to challenge your balance. So drawing your right hand forward and your left hand back, twist. And breathe in to come back to center, rise both hands up overhead. And left hand comes forward, right hand goes back. Inhale, coming to center. Exhale to twist. And inhale, back to center, both arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to bring your hands down on either side of the front foot. We're shifting the left foot back up into the air for three-legged dog. Putting a bend in the left knee, we're drawing the left foot over toward the right hip, creating a scorpion tail. Taking your gaze underneath your left armpit up toward the sky, stretch through the left side of the body. Sweep the left foot forward, plant it close to your hands. Right knee comes down to the mat, relax the right foot. Staying in this low lunge, you want your left knee over top of your left ankle. You can keep fingertips down on the ground. Draw the hands up to the knee. We're drawing the hips forward and down. Bring your hands down on either side of the front foot. We're curling the toes under on the right foot, lifting the right knee up off the mat, pressing the left foot back up to three-legged dog. And lowering the foot down to the mat, preparing for the other side. We'll inhale the right foot up into the air, three-legged dog. Bring the right foot forward, plant it in between your hands, staying up on your left toes. Draw your torso up, sweep your arms overhead. Use your gazing point to drishti off in the distance. Once you've found your balance, we'll go into the twist. Inhale, bring the left hand forward, the right hand back. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist in the opposite direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Lowering your hands down on either side of the front foot. Take the right foot, sweep it up into the air for three-legged dog. Putting a bend in the knee, take the right foot over toward the left hip, creating the scorpion tail, peek underneath the right armpit up toward the sky. Sweeping the right foot forward toward the top of your mat. Lower the left knee down, relax the left foot. Drawing your hands up onto your knees, sink your hips forward and down. Bringing your hands down on either side of the front foot, curling the toes under on the left foot, lift the left knee, push the weight into your hands as you rise the right foot up into the air, three-legged dog. You can lower the right foot down to the mat. Bring the knees down to the mat. Big toes come together to touch. Sinking hips back toward your heels. Lowering your forehead down toward the mat. Take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale to rise up to your hands and knees. Cross your ankles, draw your hips back, extend your feet out in front of you. We're going to do a little bit of work for the core by keeping the feet planted, knees bent. You're on the sits bones. Lower back is nice and straight, not rounded. Chest is open. Arms come out in front with the palms of the hands facing one another. Begin to lean back until you feel the core engage. And then you might lift your toes up off the mat. You can extend your arms out to the side. You can straighten your legs and take the hands overhead. Just allow yourself to work with your core. Follow your breath, taking any variation. Back is straight, chest is open. And then lower your feet down to the mat. Wrap your hands around your knees. Stretch your spine really long and tall. Bringing your hips close to your heels, making sure you have room to lie back on your mat. We're going to lower back onto the mat slowly. Open your arms up to a T at your sides and inhale the knees in towards center, up to your chest. And using your breath over the next few breaths, we're going to inhale when the knees are coming up to center. Exhaling as we lower them down to the left side. Inhaling up to center. Exhaling as we lower to the right side. Inhale up and exhale to twist. Moving from side to side with your breath. One more breath here. Bringing the knees up to center, planting your hands on your kneecaps. Draw circles with your knees, massaging the lower back and hips. Working in both directions. And then we'll create a little tension in the body to prepare yourself to relax completely. Draw your hands around your knees, squeeze them tight, flex your feet, engage all the muscles in your legs. Draw your head and shoulders up off the mat, scrunch up all the muscles in your face, become a tiny, tight little ball and breathe in and hold it. And then exhale to release everything down to the mat, letting your legs stretch open to the sides. Feet are turned out, arms are open at your sides, palms open toward the ceiling. Feeling your connection to the ground or the floor. Noticing the support beneath you. Following the breath as it comes and goes. And noticing whenever your mind wanders away into thought or distraction around some of the sounds outside you. It's okay to notice, but if we get caught up in some story around what we're hearing or thinking about, just allow yourself to release the thought and come back to noticing something in this present moment. The feeling of the chest and the belly and how they move as you breathe. Or using a mantra to keep your mind in one place, breathing in, I am, breathing out, here. You can continue to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Following the breath in and out, drawing your mind back to a single point of focus or noticing the present moment. And whenever you feel ready, you can rise up out of Shavasana slowly and gently, very mindfully. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me. Namaste, Thunder Bay.